Hey guys, it's Daniel Alexander Cannon, and we are on the Supernatural Show, and today is going to be Good Vibes Friday, or Good Vibes Today. We're going to try to just have a show where we talk about all the good things going on in our lives, and maybe some of the good things that we've learned, things that give us great insight or hope or make us feel good. And so we're going to focus on that kind of a thing today. And I've got my co-host Shannon in the house here with us today. And she's always full of giggles. So we'll just have her laugh most of the time and we'll be good to go. And we've got Miss Kim here as well, right over here beside us. And she says hello. And we've also got Roxy in the house, and
hello.
She's pretty full of giggles too. Her and Shannon get for a giggle fest. And we also we're going to be transitioning, as y'all guys know, we're making a transition to using Rumble Studio, going away from StreamYard. However, we're going to use it while we've got it as a transition tool, and and we're also we'll be doing that, and we'll be giving you a link to over there. Last time, every single one of you came over there, which we greatly appreciate. And maybe you went ahead and set yourself up an account. I don't think you have to have an account, though, to just, matter of fact, I'm sure you don't have to have an account to come over and watch. But if you want to be able to comment so we can see your comments live and interact with you, you will need an account, a rumble.com account. It's been way too long coming to make this transition. And from what we're seeing and learning, we should have done it a long time ago. Now, it doesn't mean that we're not going to be using YouTube and Facebook and stuff. We're still going to be, one way or another, broadcasting live to those, reaching out to all of y'all guys and saying, hey, what's happening? Come over here with us. And so we're still going to be doing that. But Rumble is a place where it really allows us to speak freely without threat and punishment. And
not feeling like we're talking in code.
Yeah, we don't have to talk in code, and at least at the moment, that's the way it's going, and it's working really well. And it's growing really fast over there because we normally, when we do shows, we have about as many viewers on Rumble over there watching, even though they can't comment and interact because we're not using Rumble Studio. But now we are. And so we can go over there. They can make a lot of comments. And y'all guys, you get to meet a bunch of new people that have been over on Rumble watching. And they're the kind of content that most of y'all guys are looking for is already on Rumble anyways. It's not on YouTube anymore. yeah, there's still some good things. I'm still on here, and there's some other good people out there that's still on here, like Casey over there at the Star, still on YouTube. If he's listening, I would encourage you, brother, go look into Rumble Studio and get it going. You can still broadcast from Rumble Studio to YouTube, Facebook, all these same places. But the good news is it's free. And I'm paying $88 a month for StreamYard. And over there, I'm going to be paying zero, and they're going to actually be paying me. And maybe even us at some point. So that's a good thing. And I did a push notification. Some of you may notice a notification come up on your phone that comes through your website. If I have your phone number, not every one of you, but a lot of you, if I have your phone number, you just got a notification saying the Supernatural Show is live now, and with a link bringing you to here. And then here in a while, it won't be too long, we'll give you a link to go over there where we're really going to have the majority of the content for today and the open conversation about things that make us happy. But before we get going there, unless somebody has something they want to say real quick, we're gonna play a little fun music and just put us in a good vibe, I think. Anybody? No?
Yeah,
Huh?
do it. Do it.
Nice.
That was nice.
Get the blood flowing a little bit. Get the feel good going on. You know, we are in the middle of this amazing experience of life right now. And if you really, and we all should do this from time to time, and that is to stop and say some things that you're thankful for. That are things like, I'm thankful for this group of beautiful women that are surrounding me here today. Not only are they beautiful on the outside, but the best part is they're beautiful all the way inside. And that is a really special gift to me to be surrounded by them. I'm also very thankful for all y'all guys that I see in the comments: Super Dave, Rage Against the Machine, Mike Smith, Tara Ard, and Sean Towney, and Lorianne. Hey, Lorianne. And Truth Co-op. And let's see who else here. Jesus Way, Truth Life 8, Rolly R, Silver Slipper 777, and all y'all guys in the comments. Thank you very much for being here. We are just simply, we're still finding our way, our rhythm, and too often and I'm sure when we get over on Rumble, Beyond the Veil there, where we're going to be going shortly, that we will surely be talking about, things that are illegal on YouTube. But, and we talk sometimes about a lot of really heavy things. It's not always doom and gloom. I mean, understanding the workings of the world and coming to understanding about things like pyramids and volcanoes and the human body and the nature of our reality. That's not really doom and gloom to me. It's just fascinating to me. But sometimes we do talk about some things because we know that the beast system is after us and we're all aware of that. But sometimes we need to really just, take a break and just feel good for a little bit, Shannon, tell me a few things that you're thankful for.
Just a few? No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, I would definitely say I am grateful to have been saved. I was down a very dark path growing up and things, and I am so grateful that the Lord God, Jesus, came to save my wretched soul. So I am so grateful for that. I am grateful to be here and sharing that with all of you guys. I'm grateful for my brothers and sisters in Christ that I get to hang out with and share the truth with. And I am so very grateful for having the most beautiful, precious family that anyone could ever ask for. So those are my things.
Nice. And how about you, Roxy? Tell me a couple of things just first come to your mind of things that are good and that you maybe are thankful for or feel good about.
I'm thankful that I woke up today to begin with, and then when I woke up, I was awake. That I can have this conversation with other people that are awake. Because some days it's really hard when you have family or friends, and the only conversation you can have is, "Hey, how's the weather? How's your mama and them?" I mean, that's it. But it is so fantastic to be with a group of people in a team that you can have an open, honest conversation without an argument. my family, my children, my grandchildren, and all of that. Everything is fantastic. I saw it again, Shannon.
Wow.
I did a lot of that today.
Tell us a little bit more about that, Shannon. What's happening?
Sorry, what?
Tell us what's happening.
Oh, about the orbs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, yesterday I did an announcement about some upcoming shows that I'm doing, and an orb showed up, and a lot of you guys saw it. And today, when we were discussing things before we went live, there was a really cool one that went, across, and then it just happened again right now. So,
okay, now Shannon, you gotta flip those fabulous nails around and show them to the viewers. Let's see those nails.
I get a lot of.
Girl, them things are sharp.
I get a lot of heat for these. Yes, this is the one thing.
They are beautiful.
Thank you. One thing I do for myself.
This world, we all grew up. They tried to judge other people, and so we all were programmed to be critical and very judgmental towards others. And what you have to realize is that, one, we're not the judge, and that there is nobody judging you either. And when you're not judging other people, and you realize that no one has the right to judge you other than our Father in heaven, it's a liberating thing. One of the most important things you can ever do is stop worrying about what other people think about you. Learn how to stop worrying about what other people think about you. It doesn't matter what they think. It only matters who you are. It only matters what you do. It matters if you can look at yourself in the mirror and know that you did something good today. And something that you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I like who I see. I like that person. Because I personally think that is just very important. And we've got to ask Miss Kim. Thank you for today. Let me turn this down a little bit more. All right. What?
I said life itself.
Life itself.
And for my family, grateful for having you in my life.
Your family, grateful for having me.
And thankful that my sister may be coming home next Friday. She's able to walk after she broke her hip last Monday.
And her older sister, fell and broke her hip last Monday. And they're saying that she's doing really well and that she may be coming home when? Next Friday. So yeah. If you really take some time sometimes and think about and count them up and like, I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful that I have food to eat. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. If you think about the things in your life that you really need compared to the things that we think we want, you'll come to understand that if you're just happy about the things, if you can fulfill the things you need and don't worry about necessarily the things you want, maybe some of them will come, some of them won't, but don't put so much value on them, because sometimes chasing those things can put you under great stress. And if you go out and you get that big fancy house, you're like married to that payment. And then you've got to hold a certain level all the time. I've been there. I've had the big fancy house, and it puts a lot of pressure on you. And if you stumble once, they'll take it all away. It never was yours. There's nothing in this life that it really is yours other than your word, your honor, and who you really are, and the knowledge that you can gain, because that's something that can't be taken from you. This is why even the Bible says that knowledge is more valuable than gold or silver or anything of the like. It is the most valuable thing that there is that you can get, is knowledge. And that's why I've always share everything that I get that I possibly can. And now with the ability to go to Rumble, I will always be able to share everything. Um, and or at least I think I will be able to. It seems at the moment that Rumble is an actual platform that supports the truth. And I've seen even some of their advertisements they're doing that are pretty neat, you know. And I was reading, matter of fact, let me pull it up and I'll share it with you. Something about Rumble. Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. Rumble was started in October of 2013. And in 2020, they had monthly visitors of 1.6 million in 2020. This was right at the beginning of the pandemic, right? And they, from 2020 to the first 9 months of 2021, so in less than a year, they went from 1.6 million monthly visitors to 31 million.9 in 9 months. 1.6 million monthly visitors to 31.9, and that's in 2021. I don't know the people that own Rumble, and I'm not being paid in any way, shape, or form. We're not even live on Rumble right now to promote Rumble. But it is nice to know that there is a place that we can actually speak the truth, and a place that actually already has some things that you can offer to your audience that are actually legitimate. The advertisers, for instance, that are on Rumble, they are advertisers that are truth friendly. For instance, as a matter of fact, I got a little package in the mail. I haven't opened it yet, as you can see. I'm gonna put me full screen for a second. Well, that ain't gonna work. Let's do it the other way for just a second.
Nobody wants to see me full screen.
That's what you think.
So it's if you can see, it's called Dr. Squatch, and I imagine y'all guys have seen a commercial or two about it. And all I did was fill out an affiliate link. I wanted to try out their soap, and I didn't know they were actually going to send me some soap, but they did. And I reckon that means I must have got approved to be an affiliate. But before I start pushing it or talking about it, I want to try it, and I want to look into the ingredients and analyze it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess 6 bars of soap in there.
Well, tell us what it smells like. We don't have smell-o-vision, Bubba.
Man, it's got some smell. It smells like the woods.
It smells like the wood.
It smells like the mountains.
Are they all the same scent in the bag?
Uh,
It smell different scent.
let's look. No, there's different ones. Oh, wow. I can get,
See, we're going to need Kim's opinion on which one smells best, because you're a man, and us women are not going to pay attention to what y'all like to smell like. My man would walk around smelling like diesel fuel if he had his way about it. He loves the smell of diesel fuel.
There's pine tar. That's what it's called. And ooh,
Christmas tree.
no, I don't know. It's a little different. This one is alpine sage. Here, smell that one first.
All right, Kim, you got to give us a consensus on which one you like best. Because I've smelled your perfume. I like your
This one's
perfume.
got that's different. It's different than the other one, that's for sure. Smell that one too. What do you think about pine tar?
I don't like that.
You don't like the pine tar too good. The smell of it. What you're not liking every one of them.
No, I like the
Oh.
that one there better.
Fresh Falls.
And this one.
This one's called Fresh Falls. And again, I'm not being paid to do this. I'm just doing it because I got it in the mail. So I'm sharing it with y'all guys.
Let's do that one again.
Fresh Falls. This is wood barrel bourbon.
Coconut Castaway is my favorite.
I bet that'll be my favorite too because I love coconut and the smell of it.
It smells really good.
It smelled tropical.
Yeah.
Goes along with today's tropical theme then.
Oh, that's it right there. Yep.
That's it right there.
Yep. Coconut Castaway is what it's called.
Drink.
It smells like a coconut mixed drink. Makes me think of Belize when I was in Central America. Because they would just coconuts in the trees everywhere, and I'd knock one down, and I had a machete, and I'd cut the end off of it, and there'd be normally quite a bit of coconut water in there, and I'd pour me a little something in there, and sit on the beach, and that smells good right there. Actually, the only one I don't kind of like was, which one was it? I think the one I didn't like was wood barrel bourbon, so far as the smell goes. But hey, at least I got some soap. Miss Kim will be happy about that one.
No, but you'll be clean for a while.
Yeah.
All right, time for our switch.
Well, what do we have subject matter that we really want to go over there and talk about today?
I don't know. We were all just kind of chilling today. I got a challenge for everybody listening. I want everybody listening to, when you're at the store today or the grocery or you're out paying a bill and you see a complete stranger, I want you to find one thing about that stranger to compliment. There is nothing more contagious in the world than a smile, and a smile from a stranger that you put on their face will make you feel good. So if you want to do something for yourself, do something for somebody else. I don't care if it's a random lady in the Walmart. Just say, "Oh, girl, I love your shoes. I love your handbag. That is a beautiful shirt." If you make her feel good, it makes you feel good. So I challenge everybody today to find a stranger and give them a compliment.
Fun fact, but that is literally one of my favorite things to do.
I love to do it to women.
you
Like
not-
shopping somewhere and you see her, she's like, you can tell she's frustrated or stressed or whatever. Just walk up and go, "Girl, I love those shoes." And if she wants to tell you where she got them, just listen a minute. There may not have been anybody else that listened to her today about anything about her. She may have 3 kids at home jumping up and down and a screaming husband and bills overdue and not enough groceries in the refrigerator. But somebody stopped for 3 seconds to pay attention to her and tell her that she was pretty. It makes a difference, folks. Find a stranger, make them smile. There's
right?
no better way to make the world a loving world than to love each other.
I don't know what it's like out in your state, but out here in Southern California, we're pretty known for all being grumpy and like nobody really smiles at each other when you pass by, but not me. I'm always a ray of sunshine as much as I possibly can, and it's you'd be surprised how people are very receptive and need that, and it just brightens their day, just you being kind or even smiling at them, because like I said, down here there's a lot of grumpy people. Everyone's stressed and tend to just kind of like hide from the world, and sometimes you just gotta be a ray of sunshine.
All right, Rage, I'm gonna get on you about that antiperspirant now.
Yeah, if we do switch to Rumble. We will give y'all guys a link for sure
Yeah.
in the chat, and also a couple other places probably. There was this comment, and it made me think of something. It says antiperspirant secret is the best. Men's antiperspirant doesn't work as good.
Read your ingredient.
Yeah, I would say consider. Well, let me tell you what I do.
I'll get in your shower in a minute.
You need if you feel like you've got to wear some of these things, because first off, you don't. But if you feel like you've got to, at least look into what it is that you're putting on your body. And so far as secrets go, because when I seen the word secret, it made me think about secret hacks when it comes to things. Like, I don't shave much, but I do shave a little bit. Just a little bit right there. Everything else, as you can see, don't get shaved. But something I learned years ago is don't buy men's razors because they suck. If you're a man and you want a good razor that's the same price, but just going to be way better, buy a woman's razor. I haven't bought a men's razor in many years because I just thought about it, logic. Thought about it. Why is it that these men's razors are so bad? It's because they can get away with it with men. Women, they can't. And when I switched over to women's razors, it's just a lot better quality razor. It shaves better. It's smoother. It's less rashing you. It's everything. So gentlemen that are listening, I know Mike's listening. I know Rage Against the Machine's listening. Switch to women's razors. Are you really concerned that somebody might call you a sissy? No, of course not.
Stop worrying about what other people think.
Yeah, stop worrying about what other people think.
Yep.
And don't let them know your business. Literally, one of the ways to free yourself in life is to stop worrying about what other people think about you. The longer you worry about what other people are thinking about you, the longer you're imprisoned still. There are many doors on the prisons that we find ourselves in this life, many doors to get through to get completely out. And one of them is realizing that you don't need to worry about what other people think. That's why I let my hair grow all the way down. It's at my butt, halfway down my butt. My beard, of course, is very long as well. And I wear this white t-shirt, cheap white t-shirt, 100% cotton, and a pair of shorts, 100% cotton shorts. I wear that almost all the time. And people actually, Miss Kim knows that I get a lot of compliments. I just get a lot of compliments. And I think the long hair is just my way of, there's multiple reasons why, but what I'm trying to tie it to is I don't really care what they think. It's not about them. It's not about allowing them to be a judge, so you're always concerned about this or that. Especially y'all ladies. You need to stop worrying about what the other women are thinking. You compete with them too much. A lot of what y'all guys do, whether you'll admit it or not, you're dressing up, you're fixing this, you're doing that. It really ain't as much for your man as it is to compete with the other ladies because you're worried about what they think about you. You don't have to admit it, but I bet I'm right.
But
Well,
if
you
you
know
look at it
that-
this way, I'm not competing with nobody. If you're ever in a situation where somebody else does well and they're looking at somebody else, by all means choose them because you weren't loyal to me to begin with.
Right. Yeah.
It's programming. It's a lot of programming that ladies have had all our lives, like the moment we're born practically. So it's hard to break, but we got this. We can do this. We can break that.
Yeah,
You know?
we should. And Roxy, she's a lot more along the lines of where I'm at, even as a female. She don't care what you think. And you say, how dare you? Why would you not care what I think? She don't care what you think about her because she knows who she is. And we all need to be able to do that and look in the mirror and say, you're a pretty good person. I like you.
The
You know?
more you release your ego, the closer you will become to a higher consciousness, the more awake you will become.
The ego holds you down to this material world and traps you into prisons that can be escaped. The door's actually unlocked, but you just have to go over there and realize that there's a door and just open it and go on the other side. And then once you get on the other side, don't come back in. Don't come back into prison once you get out. I remember one time I read a book called, on this kind of the same subject, It was called The Four Agreements. Who's read it?
Not me.
Nope. Who's read The Four Agreements here?
I'm sorry, I'm chewing
No.
on Doritos. I can't speak at the moment.
I know Miss Kim has read part of it, if not all of it. Let me pull up the Four Agreements. And it actually was something. It was actually something that kind of changed. It changed my life in some ways to a better place. So it's an entire book. It's not real thick. Y'all girls could read it in about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours. And here, I'll share the screen so you guys can see it. See what it says. But this is good. This will help you with your life, is what this will do. Okay. Let me zoom this on in some. Okay, it was written by a guy called Don Miguel Ruiz. And it's just 4 kind of like rules or ways to deal with yourself and somewhat with others. Number 1, be impeccable with your word. And we'll come back and talk about each one individually. Be impeccable with your word. Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Always do your best. Always do your best. Be impeccable with your word. And I'll read what it says here and we can talk about it. But speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or gossip about others. Meaning, don't cut yourself with your own tongue or gossip about others. Because when you're gossiping, typically you're making assumptions. As saying things like, I bet she is blah, 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 or he is blah, blah, blah. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So be impeccable with your word. Now, this doesn't mean that people always like hearing the truth. But you still get to speak it. And it's also saying here in other words, don't lie, don't mislead, just be impeccable with your word. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. Or if you absolutely can't, you go back to that person and you talk to them and say, I can't get this done. And then we've got don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. When other people say things, or even say, like we were talking about a little bit before the show, I was saying, if somebody's making a negative comment, it's not about you, it's about them. They're telling you about a weakness within their own life or a problem that they've got going on, and they're trying to put it off on you. But it actually has nothing to do with you. And you don't take anything personally that other people say about you or to you, meaning you don't take it to heart. You don't believe it. You don't know it. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream of what their reality is. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. Remember, I related it to being in a prison earlier, even before we went to this. Why I was talking about that is because ultimately I learned it from this book. Okay, it just teaches these 4 things, and it talks about it in many different ways. And no, I'm not associated with this book in any way, shape, or form, of course.
I just have to say I gotta get going. I have an appointment, so
Yes.
I will finish watching the rest of this on my way back. But I love you guys, and I'm glad I got to catch up on this really awesome feel-good show. Sometimes we just gotta feel good and be positive, right? Like you had said before. So I hope you guys all have the best day ever, and I can't wait to see what comes next and what in the supernatural is going on. Bye.
Yep. We'll talk to you, sure, over the next couple days. But worst case scenario, we'll see you on Monday.
Yeah.
All right. See you later, Shannon. Thanks. Yeah, Shannon let us know that she was going to have to be leaving a little early. So let's don't make assumptions. Or did I finish the other one? Don't make assumptions. Find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others as clearly as you can to avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. With just this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. Now, if you really spend a little time thinking about this assumption thing, let's try to give a scenario here. Let's say your brother and his wife are having problems, but you don't really know what's going on, but you know there's problems. It's obvious, right? You cannot make an assumption, well, I think it's like this, and I'm going to do something about it. Or I think that she's probably doing this, and I knew it was happening all along, and I'm going to tell him he needs to leave her. What you're doing is you're taking actions based on no facts. You don't know what's going on, but you're maybe making choices or taking actions that will lead you down a path based on loose sand. There's no solid ground there. So you just never make assumptions about anything. You always wait till you have the facts before you make any choices. And another rule I would give you is this. Don't make a decision on something until you have to. So sometimes in life, we rush things and make a decision. Well, I'm doing this. And you make that decision and you take action on it. But maybe you could have waited a couple of days and thought it through more and made a different or better decision. So don't make any decisions until you have to. That's a general rule that I would give as well.
Decide from logic, not emotion.
Yes, base your decisions and actions on logic, not emotion, and definitely not on assumptions. Always do your best. Your best is going to change one moment to moment, from moment to moment. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstance, simply do your best, and you will avoid self judgment, self abuse, and regret. So it seems like these are four simple things. And if you'll take the time probably and read the book and let this sink in more, I read this book, let's say 15 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. And it's really not a long book at all. You can finish it in one day easy, probably a half a day. And I never forgot it. I never forgot its rules, and I take action on them in my life. Miss Kim knows that if I tell somebody I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm impeccable as much as absolutely possible with my word. And if I can't, I'll go back and tell them. Taking anything personal thing, it's a hard one not to take some things personal. But the rule is a correct rule for us to not try to not take things personal. If I took things personal, and with all the comments that come in, I would be a ruined mess, because people can really say some really ugly things. Yeah, even to me, of course, because there's something going on in their life that is making them unhappy, and they want to hurt me, and they don't even know me, because they don't agree with my opinions, they don't agree with my hairstyle, they don't agree with whatever it is. But the problem is not your problem, the problem is their problem, you know. But I would really suggest go out and actually you can, I believe, let me see here, Dot.
Tell you something my daddy said about regret. He was a good old country boy, and he was a mechanic, and everything always equated to a car. But he said, "Baby, you know why the rearview mirror is so small and the windshield's so big?" I said, "Huh?" He said, "You need to say where you're going, not where you've been. The rearview mirror is just so you can remember not to do that again. You got to know where you're going and go with a clear windshield. Make sure your windshield wipers work real good."
That makes sense. Yep. Now here is a link to the book to be able to read it online for free. I'll drop it in the comments. There you go. So what I did was I just ran a search for the four agreements, spelling the number four out, FOUR, the four agreements. And then I put in a separate little word, I put .pdf. If you want to look up and see if a book is available online for free in a PDF version so you can read it, just put in whatever the name of the book is, and then the word .pdf, like a period, then PDF. And it'll pull up anyone that's out there that's a copy of it, just like we just found the four agreements. And let's see if it tells us how many pages the book is. That's like the cover for the book. Here it is. Basically 90 pages, 90 PDF pages, even though there's a couple of them that are blank, basically. Yeah. So 90 pages. And like we go down to where it first starts reading, you can kind of see things. Okay. And there's other concepts in here it talks about how this it talks about how this life that we're going through and the way things are set up is someone else's dream of how the world should work. The people in the past built things the way they are. We were born into the world. We didn't have a choice about how this world works, you know. And if we go on down, so here's the acknowledgments, and of course, the beginning of the book. Yeah. So there you have it. So I'd say check it out because it's honestly, seriously, all joking aside, well, not joking, but it's worth reading. It's an important read. And you don't have to agree with everything that's said in there, but the 4 agreements that it tells you and tries to teach you, they will change your life. What's happening, guys, in the chat? Curious Georgia, Sean. What's up, Max? Legalize intellect. I like that. Legalize intellect. Curious Georgia. That's a cool name. Oracle of the West. Seen you so many times in the comments, along with Rage Against the Machine and a bunch of you guys, really.
These are our regulars.
Yeah, the people that are here right now are
Has
here.
anybody seen Facts? Just the Facts? I haven't seen him in a couple of weeks. He's one of our regulars. He's been on the show. He didn't answer my email. I'm a little concerned. Facts. If you see this broadcast, buddy, you need to email me. You got me worried. I ain't heard from you.
Hook back up.
Hook back up. We supposed to do a show together.
We like you, brother. And
He came by the other day, but it was right in the middle of our Rumble transition, and I didn't have time to talk in. I didn't know if he thought I was ignoring him, but I had like 21 buttons on my side I'm pushing, and it was a lot, and I haven't seen him or heard from him since then. And we were going to do a show on the telepathy tapes, but I haven't heard from him.
you see that.
If anybody else has listened to all of the telepathy tapes and you want to be on the show and do a show with me, let me know. I'm going to do a side show on that.
Has anybody got a child that has autism that you've tried to do some testing to see if they have any special gifts? Been doing some research about autism and telepathy and some other things, and apparently it's literally a legitimate thing. And I have a son that has autism. Just unfortunately, I don't have access to him. Even though he's 20 something, I don't have access to him. And I could give you all my reasons as to why that's not fair, but you know, the other person, his mother, is not here to defend herself. But anyways, I wonder, I actually sent her a text, which I don't know if she got or not, because I don't know if she's changed her number. But I sent her a text and I said, important for you and Manoa. And I put a link to the telepathy tapes, the first show, you know, the first one where she gets into it, really. So I don't know if she'll get it or not, but hopefully. And I'm wondering if anybody out there has a child that has special gifts that you're aware of and would like to come on the show and talk to us about it. We realize how protective you would be over your child. We would hope you would understand that we're not here to hurt in any way possible. Zero intent for anything like that. We would just love to talk to some parents that have children that you've done maybe some experimenting with. Maybe they have these abilities and you don't even recognize it. You haven't noticed it, or maybe you have noticed it, but maybe you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't talk about that. Because some of the other parents that have children that have these special gifts are kind of nervous about it because they don't want to be seen as weird or crazy. They're worried about what other people think, again, which is a mistake.
All right, Mr. Mission Control. I have an autistic child too, and he's 30. and I never had any idea that any of this was possible until I listened to these tapes. You said your son's 27, just moved out with his girlfriend. Get him to listen to them, and you need to listen to them too, because there's a good possibility, and I don't think this is completely autism specific. I know autistic children, especially nonverbal, have more connection to this thing. I think it's possible within all of us if we learn how to use it. But get him to listen to the tapes. They're really mind blowing when you listen to them, especially if you have a child that could have some of these capabilities. I mean, there's amazing things that are going on with these autistic children that some of us, I guess, they quote us as some of us as normies. Um, but I have a 30-year-old autistic son. Now, I can't get his attention long enough to figure out if he's got any telepathy or not, but I do know that some days, like when Daniel and I are doing research on some dark subjects, it'll just become overwhelming, and you're really feeling the dread of what you're researching because you know what the truth is now. But I've had him to walk from the other end of the house and just look at me and go, "Are you okay, Mom?" Not that we've had any conversation. He's been back there tuned into that Xbox with headphones on. But I be in here crying, and just out of the blue, he'll completely walk to the other end of the house and look at me and go, "You okay, Mom?" And I never understood it until I listened to those tapes. He can feel it because my 30-year-old has really never lived separate from me other than a short period of time when he thought he could go out on his own. He's back on with his mama now. But yeah, he can feel it.
I don't know how. I went over to pull up your video where you're talking about autism and that it was intentional and
Yeah,
why, because they're experimenting and creating. There's a lot of words you could use to
super
create
dope.
superpowers within people, forcing the brain to find other avenues in order to be able to do certain things. And I go over there and I don't ask you what the title of your video was, and I'm noticing we're live on Rumble right now.
Are we? Are we live on Rumble too?
Apparently,
Did we click a button? That we didn't realize.
apparently, one of us did because it's live. It's right there.
Cool. But
Um,
yeah, there's
I have I really don't understand how that's live because I
we're
don't see it here in the lineup, but it
we are
is.
not quite sure technically, scientifically about all of it, but we are down the rabbit hole on, is this dramatic rise in autism intentional?
Mhm.
Because if we are at the most medically, technologically advanced healthcare age we've ever been, I know that sounds like a corny commercial, but that's what they play to us. Why has from 1950, it was point 0.4 children per thousand had autism, and we are at a point today where it is 30 children per thousand have autism. Imma give you a little bit of shade on the gray percentage for, "Oh, they're diagnosing it more now, they know more what to look for." Okay, so we're gonna take a little bit out for that. That is still too big of a number to shade for that adjustment. And I can show you, and we're not gonna do it on YouTube, but you can go watch the show, and it gives you a lot more to it,
Channel.
and, has something to do with deodorant too, so if
What's
you
the name
watch
of
that
your
show.
What's the name of your channel?
Mine is Roxy TSS, I think.
All one word.
Yeah, I think that's we've done so much stuff this week in production meetings, I get lost as to who I am some days.
Um, that's weird.
Yeah. Um, oh, stop,
You
don't play
sure
it.
you didn't? You sure you didn't name it the Supernatural Show with Roxy?
I don't know. No? Maybe, oh, mine says Melinda K40. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I
Well,
don't
I'm
think
looking at it right here.
yeah, that's it.
It's called the Supernatural
Oh,
Show with Roxy.
that's not what mine shows on my side. It's not what mine looks like.
Is the name of the video Knowledge and Truth?
Yeah,
Well, that's it.
No, 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 no. That's the one I done. That's the one about Hitler, I think. That's the first one I put up. That's the solo one I done.
Well, you
That's
got
not one where we got into the super soldiers.
sounds like you got 2 channels then.
Maybe I do. It's been a long week.
I've done it before too. Push and click and setting this up, setting that up, and end up creating multiple things.
It's it's on the Supernatural Show channel. Just go watch it there.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Our
No.
super soldier one isn't.
Um. Well, let's pull it up
It's the
right
one
here.
with
See, there's the live right here, where we're live right now. And oh, I stand corrected. It is the thumbnail. Just has
the
a
one
head.
below it is the super
Wait a
soldier.
minute. Why is there 2 of them? Did you upload it on there?
Yes, I uploaded it, sir.
I had already. Wait a minute. One of these is okay.
We'll
Okay.
have to look at it later. They
These
can go find it.
These are 2 separate things. One of them is a promo video. I think it's 15 minutes and 45 seconds. The other one is an hour and 5 minutes. You see, guys, we really don't know what we're doing, obviously.
We're getting there.
Not yet. We're working on it. But it is on the Supernatural Show. I'm sure it's the one that's an hour and 5 minutes long, unless that was probably our show where we did bring it up and talk about it. How long is your video?
Mine, I think mine was like, I can tell you. Let me, oh, never mind. I got it up on the screen. 34 minutes.
So it's not.
The knowledge and truth one is kind of takes you down the telepathy tapes path to World War II and how Hitler got enthralled into trying to make super soldiers. And for anybody that doesn't understand that Hitler was as crazy as he was also a pharmacologist who liked to make drugs to give to people to see what it did to them. Some of those drugs are now called methamphetamine, which is what Adderall is, and Ritalin. They're methamphetamine. He used to give it to it in measured dosages to his soldiers so
Yep.
that they would march for days and not ask for food.
And a good point there to realize is that if you've got your child on Adderall, you've got him on meth. It's virtually the same exact ingredients. Okay. Where? I'm looking to see if I've got it saved here so that way I can upload it. I think so. Looks like you used the countdown. But anyways, that's fine. All right, that's fine. So I won't upload it on the channel so that way it's actually there. But they can find it on yours, I guess, right?
They should be able to. I'll get my channel more set up this week. We've been focusing on the others.
Okay.
I must have two rumbles somehow.
You'll have to bear with us, guys. We're in the middle of this transition, and we're having a lot of changes, which causes us to make mistakes. But we'll get it down. And I will tell you this: we're going to continue to improve every day, and we're not going to give up the fight. I know the people here right now are core listeners that can listen this time of the day. We have more, but they can't listen this time of day. But I just want you guys to know that in no way, shape, or form are we going to quit. As long as we're able to do it somewhere, somehow, we will be doing it somewhere, somehow. No matter what.
To stand out in front of my house with a poster board, I'm going to wake these people up because I'm tired of having to just ask everybody, hey, how's your mom and them? That you can't have a real conversation with people. And I have noticed there are a lot more people waking up. A lot.
Yeah, there is. There's a big. They're waking up. There's a lot of people thinking things that aren't exactly what I would be recommending them to think yet, but they're headed down that path because we were all there at one time where we were thinking not quite the right things yet, but we were getting there. I've been there. I've thought I knew something before and was completely wrong on numerous things. And I'm sure there's probably still some of those things, but at least we can see, I really truly can see a huge difference in between now and 5 years ago. This whole pandemic thing, it shook a lot of people and made them go, whoa, something's up. And it's got a lot more people paying attention. Thank God. Roxy, because we're already live on Rumble, I don't think we're going to do a transition today. We're going to just go ahead and close out over here, unless you just want to keep talking. I'm kind of.
I got grandbabies, and this Friday we got to get ready and loaded up for everybody to shift gears for our weekend.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap up for today. Today is, again, we didn't prepare anything specific to talk about. We actually had a guest that was scheduled to be on today, which is why we didn't prepare anything. But the timing didn't work out with him, so he'll be back. He'll be on next week sometime.
We just want to make sure we got the fellowship with you guys today, because we get used to seeing you 3 days a week now.
Yeah.
And it's like our little check-in. We see you in the comments. We know our people's okay.
You're our people that we can talk to, and we can talk openly. We know you guys understand us. We can understand you. We're our own little club, our own little family. So I appreciate all of you.
You see this, Dan?
By the way, Daniel, Rumble says that it is way no, you have not. No, it may say that, but it also is live over there because it has viewers already on it, and it shows how long we've been live. I don't know exactly how it happened, but yeah, I do have the studio open, so you might have seen the studio where I was going to go live, but somehow we're already live, so I don't need to do that. That's probably what you're seeing, Max. And I hope you're doing well, Max. I know your back was bothering you, and Max just beat, I call him Chris really most of the time, but Chris just beat throat cancer. Thank Father in heaven for that. And he's still struggling with some things like all of us are, but always good to hear from my brother Chris and all of y'all guys out there. Thank you very much for coming in today and taking a listen to us. I'm uploading that video, making sure it's on Rumble, Roxy's video. And but if you go to the Supernatural Show, it won't be there in the next 5 minutes, but within the hour it'll be there. So go over and check it out. Maybe and if you haven't started yet, go over and get your Rumble channel set up, so that way you can comment and stuff when we go make our switches, which normally most days we're going to be doing. We're going to be going, because I don't like YouTube and I don't like Facebook, and they're not getting my prized content. I'm not throwing my pearls to swine anymore, meaning giving it to YouTube and Facebook. We're going to take it over there, and that's where we're going to have the conversation until something changes, and that ain't the right place anymore. Hopefully that won't happen. But for now, that's what we're going to do. And again, thank y'all guys for being here. Thank you, Miss Kim, for being here, helping us out. She's punching away over there. And thank you to Roxy again for being here today, and for all your help for the show. I love you guys. Father in heaven loves you. And if we don't see you sooner, we'll see you next Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to, sooner or later, we're going to get it down where we're hitting 2:00. It's just because of all the new stuff, it's pushing us way past. One last question. Did anyone here get a notification on your phone that came from the website, the Supernatural Show website? Did you get a notification, like a push notification, saying the Supernatural Show is live now? Did anybody here get that? If you did, say yes in the comments or something like that.
Frank did.
Frank said he did. Nice. That means it actually worked. Thank you, Frank.
One reminder, everybody, go spread some love. Go compliment a stranger. Go hug your kids. Go spread some love. Love multiplies. Kindness multiplies. Go love somebody and be kind. It'll make you feel better. It'll make them feel better because it's all about.
Nice. So what that means, if you got these, like these guys are saying, it means I have your phone number. If you would like to get those, maybe you haven't texted me yet, or if you have, maybe you need to do it again and send me a text to this number right here. Where's it at? Send me a text to this number and give me your email address. And what I'll do, give me your email address and your name. And what I'll do is I'll add you to that push database, so that way you won't have to depend on YouTube notifying you, because that ain't happening so much anymore.
Also, I'll add them to our contacts.
Yeah, exactly. We'll add them to the contacts, so that way when we do the push, you'll get a notification too. So if you want to be notified and you're not getting notifications, send a text to that number right now. As soon as we get done here, get ready to plug it in your phone, and include your email address. I need that in order to be able to set the file up. It won't take just a phone number and a name. I got to have some kind of email address. So email address and your name. And since you're already texting it, we're going to have the number. And we'll add you to the group notification so that you get notified, because we're going to be trying to do the push notifications with every show. Okay? So with that, I'm going to leave that phone number up while we're exiting the stage here.
Send us out with some good music, sir.
Some good music.
We need everybody to have a good bump and jam when we leave today. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Well, I think we could
Bump the jam.
do this.
One that can sing.